Hi, I'm Attorney Henderson, and the only reason someone sent you this video is because they care. They are concerned about sustaining the wealth that you have created within your family, and I get it because as someone who has experienced the hell of probate court, I do not want it to happen to them. So here we go. What's going to happen when you pass? And I know you don't want to think about that. I know that it's painful for you to even have to conceptualize, but the truth of the matter is that we all die. And if you are a parent, then you have probably worked really, really hard for something, and you are assuming that your children are going to get it. In fact, you want your children to get it, presumably, correct? I would imagine. But what if I told you that 9 times out of 10 they're not getting whatever wealth you have acquired, whether it be a home, whether it be money, whether it be life insurance policy, whether it be annuities, retirement accounts? Black people are notoriously not accessing their wealth because of this one thing: we do not have an estate plan. An estate plan could be one of two things. It can be a will or it can be a trust. I'm going to tell you why I only write trusts and I do not write wills, okay? Once you hear this information, you can do with it what you will, but I hear a lot of my peers, millennial children, saying parents are hesitant to get trust funds because they do not understand the magnitude of why they are necessary. So I'm going to help you understand. Hopefully, I pray so. One, if you have a will, you are going to go to probate court. Congratulations if you have a will. Okay, you've done better than about 70% of our demographic. However, a will is still going to put you in probate court. What does probate court mean? Probate court means that you're going to have to go before the court and you're going to have to prove to the court that you are the rightful heir to whatever you have left your child behind. That may seem reasonable to you because you may see that as the only option. You yourself may have gone to probate court. You may have seen other friends go to probate court, and you're like, well, probate court is just part of the process. But what if I told you there's a tool that can keep you out of probate court? Probate court means that you're going to lose money. Either you're going to lose money because you have to hire an attorney, legal fees. You're going to lose money because there are court fees associated. There are administration fees associated. If you write a trust fund, if you set up a trust fund for your family, if you are the trust maker, first of all, nothing changes for you as the trust maker. It means that you will still operate your life as you usually do. However, it means that your children do not have to go to probate court because now you have listed and put the assets in the name of the trust. By putting your assets in the name of the trust, that means that no one in your bloodline or whoever you choose your family to be, because it does not have to go by bloodline because you get to choose, but nobody will have to go and get any. Again, nobody will have to go to court and get any permission from any court in any lifetime. They will simply be able to say that they are the beneficiaries of their trust and thus be able to do the business of managing whatever those assets are in that trust. Most times we put our homes in a trust because that's what we want to protect the most, okay? That is usually our greatest asset, and that is also what is most vulnerable in this current stage. There are a lot of reasons that people come and take your home at your passing. Lots of reasons. In fact, let me just put a plug that if you have Medicaid or you receive Medicaid, they will come after your house when you die. They will. I see it all the time. Again, what you want to do is put your home in a trust so that you can protect it, not just right now, but for the generations to come after you. Also, let me go to my notes because I didn't want to forget anything. If you do not have a selected personal representative, meaning you did not do a will, nor you did not do a trust fund, go ahead. If you did not get a will or a trust fund, and that is my trust fund, baby, okay? If you did not get a will or you did not do a trust, then the court is going to appoint a personal representative for you. This is not necessarily going to be anybody in your family or anybody who knows your family or anything about your family dynamics. This will be a stranger. And now we have taken all the emotion out, but we are up We are choosing straight technicality. Some of you may think, oh, this is a good thing, but this is a bad thing, because in order for the courts to do that, then they take money from the estate. Meaning that your child would receive less money just because you did not do a trust fund. The reason this happens is because when you have to go through probate court, the court is going to comb through all of your finances. Now everything that you have, or whatever your child is supposed to be inheriting, the state knows, which for some states mean that now your child will have to pay an inheritance tax. So that which was supposed to be an asset now becomes a burden. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't think as parents we want our children to have to go through probate hell. My understanding is that most parents want their children to receive their wealth without problem. The only way we can do that is through a trust fund. Okay, otherwise we're going to leave the decision of what happens to your property, to your assets, in the hands of the state. Which also means that people start to fight. People start to fight. When you could have people fight now and gain some clarity, but at least everybody knows it is what it is. Okay, I put this on because I was trying to look professional. Hope I got you. All financial accounts will get locked. If you don't have a will or a trust, and you don't have a POD on those accounts, which means a pay upon death beneficiary, all of the bank accounts will be locked upon your passing. Which means that if you have money in there that you thought that could cover your funeral or cover your expenses after you pass, your children won't be able to access it without going to probate court. Also, if you have minor children and you don't have a trust fund, i.e. an estate plan saying what you want to happen to those children, then custody battles can ensue and foster care can come into play until probate is over. Again, by not having an estate plan, you're leaving a lot up to technicalities and default. You're leaving a lot up to the state and its rules. And default rules usually do not accommodate for family dynamics, socioeconomic background, cultural backgrounds, etc., etc. Therefore, if you want to make your own rules for your family, you need to create a trust, so those will be the rules by which your family has to govern. You still have the power when you're making the trust. Nothing changes for you, but you're keeping the power and the wealth in your family by creating a trust fund. Again, I am Attorney Henderson. I am an estate planning attorney. I write trust funds to sustain Black wealth.